Alright, let's see if that works. Let me see if I can find myself again. And alright, there we go. Myself out here to some groups. Let's see if it'll work this time, huh? I don't know what's going on, why I did it. Thank you. I have no clue what's going on. None whatsoever. Cause like I froze, but then it showed me again, so I was like, oh, okay. So I thought I was back. And then I saw Miss Yadi asking in the group, like, what happened? I'm like, oh, I guess I didn't come back. So FB's been having a day, I guess. Either that, or do we have some storm we don't know about that might be messing with the internet, maybe? I don't know. I got zero clue. Yeah, I know it did it to you because I saw it. Because I had hopped on right before you had to restart again. Which was really weird. Yes, Facebook is definitely is acting up again. I don't know why or what it's doing, but hi, Miss Debbie. Thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I have no real clue. But we're here. We're gonna try to get this finished. So thank you guys for popping back in. I do appreciate it. Like, you know, I really wonder if there's something going on with their servers or something. But it's all good. We're here. We're here. We're gonna make it happen, right? Yeah, I know it did it to Miss Yadi right before she was like halfway through, maybe about halfway through, not even, because I had just popped on and then she got kicked off and had to get back on again. So I don't know what's going on. Alright, so I did the skirt a little bit darker, and now we're going to do, we'll do her shoes brown. So like I said, this is a stamp. Sometimes you can find them with a die. If not, they're easy to fussy cut out, these paper dolls, which makes it for really, you know, nice. So where did the lilac go to? Because I don't know if this, let's see. Alright, let's use some of the purple. since there's purple flowers, right? So I'm gonna do, or should we do blue? What does my light blue look like? That is a very bright blue. I forgot I had these pastel color ones. Yes, I'm back. There we go. That'll work better. So we're gonna use this light blue, and we're gonna use the light blue to do her little shawl type. That she tied around her waist here. So we're going to use that, and that way we incorporate some blue in here. I think that is going to look really pretty. We'll add the little blue onto her sleeve so it all matches. And then this one got all cut wrong, but it's okay. It's okay. It'll be fine. Thank you for the sprinkles. I appreciate it. I said, I don't know what's going on with FB. It be doing some stuff sometimes, so, you know. I'll add the purple up there. Still think that was too strong of a purple. And then this is supposed to be skin tone. Yeah, that'll work as skin tone. Thank you for sprinkling the love again. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Because, you know. Now I'm using brush tip markers, but if you can use colored pencils. Heck, you could use crayons if you want to color your paper dolls. You know? You can use whatever you want. I'm just of the mentality of, well, I've got these things, I might as well use them. Right? So. Alright, I'm going to color her. Now, she doesn't have a face, and that's the one thing with these paper doll stamps, is that they do not have faces. But I actually kind of like that. Because either A, you can draw the face yourself. Right? And you can pick. Yes, they are. They are totally messing with us. So yeah, so you can totally pick, you know, what, you can make the facial expression if you want to. There are some stamps, which I recently bought, that do faces, just in case if I wanted to add them, but I'll be 100% honest, I kind of like them without, but again, that's just me, right? Maybe afterwards, Caroline, I'm live. Alright, so let's give her, we can either paint her stockings, or we can give her socks, and then paint her legs. I kind of like the idea of giving her some socks, so I'm going to give her like some little anklet socks. She's like me, she's got some weird ankles. Socks are cool. Yeah. And see, that's the thing, you can totally make these however you want them, because at the end of the day, it's your paper doll, right? So try to get all the way up. Miss Rona, I have a question. Is it true that a lot of Brits have been saying how they didn't think that the US was hot, and now that they've been here, they're like, yes, it is actually quite hot? I don't know. There's been like all kinds of stuff that has been rolling around, and you know, it kind of makes you think sometimes, like, this, and since you can never trust what you see nowadays on the news or the social media, I don't know. So I was like, I'm gonna ask somebody at the source that's over there. Okay. So I think she's pretty much done. Oh, thank you. Glad you like it. Of course, you can add all kinds of more detail to it. If you're really good with like the color blending, you could totally color blend and all this stuff. I'm just getting used to using these things, so I still feel like a child where I leave brush strokes. It is okay. It'll be fine. It'll be a-okay. I am going to go ahead and glue her down, but I think I want to try to cut her a little bit closer so that now that we've got her all colored up and everything, cut her a little bit closer so we can put her down. Yes, it is very essential. It is, yeah, we have to have air conditioning. Not just in our homes, but our vehicles. Because there's nothing worse than being stuck in traffic on a hot day, and it's not like you can roll down your windows because you're not moving. I will say that's one of the things that I have been definitely spoiled with here, because when you go back home, vehicles don't have AC, homes don't have AC. So you just, you know, you open up a window, ask for a breeze. The difference is, because it's so mountainous, you usually do have breezes. usually. Not so much over here. Yeah, my brother, who lives in Switzerland, they don't have ACs over there. And that's one of the things that he's had to adjust to after being spoiled here in the US. I'm like, dude, it's like being back home. It's like, we didn't have AC growing up. What you talking about? Trying to be very careful because I don't want to decapitate her. So, has anybody ever used paper dolls in their crafting? And you know, a paper doll could be as simple as cutting out an image from a magazine. Or if you have like the paper dolls from back in the days, you know, the ones that we would dress up and stuff, like using one of those. Has anybody ever incorporated those into your crafts? I like them in journals, especially if it's kind of like a personal journal where, you know, you're talking, you know, it's kind of like your thoughts and or things that were happening. I think it's kind of fun to incorporate the paper doll. So usually we have breezes because of being an island, yeah. But the humidity has been high. Oh yeah, no, that's not good. Yeah, I will say that is one of the things that I'm very grateful, because we went to Savannah May 23rd for my friend's baby shower, and oh my word, I was like, oh my god, I've forgotten, because I used to live in Savannah, and I'm like, oh my god, I have forgotten how bad the humidity is down here. So it's like, we need to go home. It was bad. You haven't used them yet? And you know what? One of the things I do, and I've told other people, you know, to think about doing is, if you have something and you're like, I don't really want to use it because it's unique, or, you know, maybe it's really old, try making a copy of it. You know, use a printed, you know, copy of it. Don't use the real thing if you don't really want to like cut it up or something. You know? I mean, we have printers and scanners, and you know, we can take pictures with our phones now and all that. So use that. Use that technology. And I mean, that's how a lot of people do these collage papers for printables, is they take scanned images from these like old greeting cards and things, and then they just mash them up. So use it by not using it, you know. I think it's a fun idea to add the dolls, you know. I think it's a fun idea to do. If if I get done with this cutting, this is gonna be like the most tedious part of it all, is this part here, cutting, because I'm trying to make sure I don't, you know, cut her leg off or something. And I normally try to move the paper more than my scissors, but yeah. So, haha, we've almost got one leg fully done. Okay, so that one's fully done. We'll do this, and then I'll get the last of her hair, and we can glue her down so that way she will blend in with the background, because she won't have this white around her. Now if the background would have been white, that's fine, but the background is not white. The background has this faint yellow tone to it because of the bees. So thank you. And only because I am a little bit anal here and I really don't want any white, I'm going to cut out the part here of her arm. And if you guys, I can show you another doll that I've used. And I actually have some of these stamps that I realized I bought doubles of. So I'll actually need to put those up to sell, because I definitely do not need to be having more than what I need right now. Okay, and this one is, this inner arm is not as cut as smooth as the rest of her, but she'll be fine. Okay, now I can glue her down. I just want to get the placement with where I'm going to put my card. So if I'm adding her here, and I think I said I was going to put the card kind of like behind her, because I need to put the card down first. Okay, now these cards are a little slick, so I am going to sand it just a little bit, kind of like when you're preparing a card to do an ATC with. You want to sand off some of that glossy finish so that it will stick to whatever it is that you're doing. So I just sanded it just a little bit so that it will, the glues will hold. Okay, and now we can put our glue on here. And we must remember how important it is to stay in the Word. And remembering that His Word is as sweet as honey. It fills our soul. Okay? Just bringing a little bit of ink just to kind of cover up the white that I didn't cut all the way. Like back in here because I didn't get it all, and I just don't want it to be so apparent. I'm not trying to distress her, I'm just trying to cover the white. That way, again, if I missed and I got a little bit of white left, it'll cover it and help blend it in a little bit. That's the only reason for doing that. I know we love to distress, but not in this case. This case was purely for covering up mistakes. So like I said, this is going to be, I'll have it as a journal topper to put on the top of a cover. At some point I need to make a nice bee journal, and I think this would look really, really pretty to have on top of it. Yes, exactly. I ink to cover my boo-boos. Exactly. That is exactly right, my friend. Ink is our best friend. It helps to cover up our boo-boos. So, look at that. There she is. And I had the big bee, but I think this is too big. So, I am going, I think, to just stick to maybe adding some of this. I like this one, and we'll add some of the other one. Ah, thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. I am so glad that you guys like it. So I'm going to put some of the honeycomb over here. This again kind of helps to hide the, you know, and blend the card into the background a little bit more. We could add some, yeah, well, I'll add some here, but I'm only going to glue part of it. So when I go to trim it, I can take the excess off. This is just adding, again, some little details, additional pieces that'll help kind of make things pop a little bit. I do have the little bee house that I'm not sure if I want to add one or not. I think she looks good without it. What do you guys think? I think she looks good without having to add that. I do have the teeny tiny little bees that we can add, because I have a really big one, and we could add that too, and that'll help. You love her? Yay! I'm glad. Let me put this in here before I make a mess all over my desk, which wouldn't take that long to make a mess on my desk, because I mean, we are talking about me. Alright, I'm going to trim this down. Yeah, you wouldn't add it either? Yeah, I don't think. I think it's necessary. So let's get this trimmed. See, so I went ahead and cut that piece off. And I think I need to trim this side off just a little bit. Okay. Oh no, thank you. Thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it, and know that I am praying for all of your compadres, because I know what it's like to hurt for those who are home. And message me afterwards so we can chat as well. I think she came out pretty good. What you guys think? I mean, yeah, I'll probably need to make that look a little bit more decent because I kind of chopped it the wrong way. But I think she came out looking really, really good. She'll make a nice journal cover top one day. And you can totally add, now we can ink it to age the edges. Definitely. We can definitely do that. I don't know if this is gonna fit because it's a massive piece of cardboard. No, it's not gonna fit on that one. Let's see if I still have it here. No, that's not it. Ah, here we go. I had to find the right one. Well, you know what? She is a topper, so we can give her a fancy edge. So let's give her a fancy edge. Fancy corner edge. I'll give her a fancy corner edge. So that made it not round, but kind of gave it like little scallops. Made it look a little fancier than just rounding it. There we go. Okay. It's like I knew I had them somewhere. Just had to get to them. When in doubt, pull out the crocodiles because they can do chipboard and cardboard and all those things. So I am gonna ink her. I wanted to show you another paper doll that I did. So I did her. And I didn't trim her, and I should have trimmed the white off, but I added a little bit of lace to her dress, some trim, to make it move. So, you know, you can do that too. You could add fabric pieces to the dresses to give them movement and texture. Now I do want to distress the edges, so now I'm making sure I come good on the edge here, so we get it all nice and dark. And then this will be just great to add on top. Ah, thank you. I appreciate that. I did that one for Great Literature, and I picked The Great Gatsby. So I'm going for like a 1920 girl. That was not the dress that she had on, but I made it that way. And that's the thing, you can change. Like if I came here and added like a long piece, this would look like it was a nice long dress, you know, instead of the short dress that she has on. So you can totally do all kinds of stuff with paper dolls. Same thing if you're using an image from a magazine that you cut out, you can change the type of dress that they're wearing. You can add hats to them. Like, remember, when it comes to crafting, your imagination is the limit, okay, friends? Really, truly, it is the limit. Thank you, Miss Renee. How are you, my friend? So, I am going to, I believe I'm going to add this one up here, and I'll add the bigger one down here, because it'll be closer to you, so it'll look larger than the one that's further away. And I'll add those. I gotta get my heat tool to warm up a little bit. But this is my project. I hope you guys like it. And remember, his words are sweeter than honey. If honey is what has been used for centuries to sweeten up the most lavish of dishes, and it has all these healing properties and everything else, if the Lord himself said, you know, that his word is sweeter than honey, believe it. Take his word and have it nurture your soul. You know, read it a little bit every day. You know, get in the word, pray, know that he is with you no matter where you are in the world. And I think that was the biggest thing that I wanted to bring to today's event was, you know, his word is everything. And it has sustained me through so much, and I know it will you too. So keep each other in love and prayer. You know, small acts of kindness mean the world to the person that you're doing them for. All creatures, big and small, human, animals, you know, we must always show compassion, because this is God's world. It's not our world. He just allows us to be here. So love each other. And I hope that you guys have a fabulous week, my friends. And I can't wait to see what this week holds. We are nearing the end of the month, which is crazy. That means we are halfway through this year already. Like, how has that happened? But you know what? With everything and everything, God is good. So I hope you guys love the idea. And give, you know, maybe paper dolls a try one day. So I love you all so very much. Thank you for being here. If you missed any of us today, you can go back and watch over at Yadi's workshop. And friends, I know I will. And at least once this clears up a little bit better and I can focus on the screen more. So thank you guys. I love you and have a blessed day. Ciao. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow. So I love you. Ciao.